We're going to work today on the next part of your paper, which is putting together your works cited page. So here in week 12, you'll notice I have a sample works cited page that you can look at. And this is what a works cited page will look like. A works cited page is a list of your sources in citation format. So when we say works cited, we mean works sources that you actually cited or used. So your annotated bibliography was a list of a whole bunch of sources that you read to prepare to write this paper. The works cited page will only be the sources that you actually referenced in your paper and that you have a parenthetical citation for in your paper. Okay, so your paper requires you to use at least 5 sources. So here's a works cited page with about 5 sources that you can look at for reference. And you'll notice these are formatted just like on your annotated bibliography. Those rules still apply. You'll also notice that they are in alphabetical order, just like on your annotated bibliography. So those rules still apply. Basically, it's the citation without the annotation. So if you did these correctly, if you used sources that were on your annotated bibliography and you cited them, formatted them correctly, then you'll be able just to copy and paste the citation without the annotation. So this is what a page looks like. Let me show you an example of a research paper that I've done, something that I wrote. And you'll notice here, I've highlighted this just so that you can see it. You won't need to highlight it in your paper, but you'll notice right here, I used a source from the authors are Dixon and Bennett. So because I have a parenthetical citation right here, I will need to include these authors, this source, on my works cited page. So if we were to scroll down to the end of my document, you'll notice this is a fairly lengthy works cited. We can go to the top of the works cited, and now we need, because they're in alphabetical order, we know we need to scroll down to D and find the source, Dixon and Bennett, Kyle Dixon. And I've highlighted it so that you can see it, but you will not need to highlight it. And there it is in the format. Okay, so this is what a works cited page looks like rolled into your paper. You finish the paper, you've got your conclusion here. So you see I've got my conclusion, and then you have the title, Works Cited, which is centered, and then you have a list of all of the sources that you used in your paper. It's not everything you read, it's only things you referenced. So everything on this list has been used in my paper, either quoted, paraphrased, or summarized somewhere in my paper. And there was a parenthetical citation to go with it. Okay, so that's the thing to remember, that what comes first in your in your citation, so the last name in most instances is what goes in the parentheses in the text. Okay, because it becomes like coordinating. Okay, so it says Dixon and Bennett in the parentheses. Let me go back up here to where that is on page 4. So it says Dixon and Bennett in the parentheses. Well, I knew to put Dixon and Bennett here because that's the first thing in the citation. Hopefully that makes sense. So if I had a source that doesn't have an author, for instance, this one right here, then this, I believe, would be what goes in the citation. Okay, and you'll notice I alphabetized that by T because it's it's in alphabetical order. So hopefully that makes sense to you, and you are going to complete your Works Cited page and turn that in, just so that we know that we've got that part of it done. And then when you've finished and turn in your research paper, that page will be added to the end of your document, like this. Alrighty, hopefully that makes sense. If it doesn't, please ask questions. I will be accessible on email over the holidays, so please ask questions.